Hey y'all know I'm rocking my Hurt season hat, with the Sixers jersey, because it's game night, you know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out to my man LB, hooking your boy up, you know what I'm saying? I think I forget what side the logo on, but you know, this joint sturdy. I don't know if y'all ain't caught this yet, but this joint sturdy. I like my brim a little more curved, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more bent, so I had to bend it a little bit, but you know what I mean? The snapback, Ricky and cut that too. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to my man, for sure. Yeah, it's fire, bro. Keep going, keep going.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, man, I had to take a break yesterday, man. I apologize. A lot of people was hitting me up expecting content yesterday. Just a break is needed sometimes. You know what I'm saying? This thing of ours, what we do, is just crazy. Sometimes you got to take a break. And shout out to my guy Tone, man. He already said what he had to say about the Hurt season hat. He already said what he had to say. Make sure you subscribe, my guy too, man. He's one of the newer Eagles content creators who are just good. I think everybody's good that do this Eagles thing, but the newer bunch are surprisingly good as well. So I'm gonna put his link to the description in this video, man. Shout out to Tone. Thank you for your support. Thank you for copping up, because nobody has to buy a Hurt season hat, but it's just been sweeping the city, man. And shout out to y'all that been doing y'all thing, man. I really appreciate you guys. The Print Champs does as well. Also, Big Manscaped behind me, man. Listen, man, I talk about the Lawnmower 4.0 a lot, but they got the smell goods too. They got the smell goods too. They got the smell. As soon as you open the box. Listen, Father's Day coming. Use code Brunson. Save 20% off. Free shipping. I fought for that for y'all. Period. I'm not going to say it again. I fought for that for y'all. So let's get into the meat and potatoes, man. What's really going on with Zach Ertz? What's really good? What's going on with Zach Ertz? Some interesting news. I'm going to quote Albert Breer from Sports Illustrated in a minute. But some interesting news came out. You know the general consensus. Well, let's just get into it, man. Let's see what Albert talk about. So Albert says, according to rival clubs no longer view Ertz as an elite tight end like George Kittle or Travis Kelce. That could lead to Eagles general manager Howie Roseman holding on to the 3-time Pro Bowler into training camp to see if the market picks up. Having talked to teams this is a small text. And in part because of his health issues, most say Zach Ertz looks heavier, stiffer, and slower now that he did in his prime. Wow. Burr also wrote he's also turning 31 this year and is due a lump sum $8.5 million in his final year of his contract. It's crazy, man. Listen, they're saying basically, and he also says, knowing the kind of guy that Zach Ertz is, I'm not going to tell anyone that he can't rebound from a bad 2020, but at his age, he'd be beating the odds if he did so. I kind of agree with that, and I kind of agree, and I kind of disagree. I don't even really. Stiffer and slower is a bad thing if that's Zach Ertz, because Zach Ertz was never the top tight end in that list of speed or athleticism. What separates Zach Ertz and made Zach Ertz elite for a number of years was just his separation in his route running. Zach Ertz was able to create separation with the best of them, wide receivers included, even with him moving so slow. And Zach Ertz also was one of the best tight ends in catching in traffic. Zach Ertz just was a guy, just was a guy who, and I think part of that was Zach Ertz's, mental. Zach Ertz was comfortable being the guy that the team would count on. Listen, a lot of guys not comfortable in that position, saying, listen, we know that we got to go to you. You're the best receiver on the team, and we're going to go to you. You're going to catch the ball 100 times this season. A lot of guys not comfortable in that position. Zach Ertz being a tight end took that role, and he took it by the horns. So that's stuff like that is what separated Zach Ertz. Now, if he's getting stiffer and slower, then Zach Ertz really, I don't know how I don't know how his game is gonna translate any further. If he's getting stiffer and slower, then it's a high chance that he washed up. But the Philadelphia Eagles owe it to Zach Ertz to let him play out this last year. This is my opinion. I think the Philadelphia Eagles should take this approach with Zach Ertz. Let him play his last year. Let him prove his doubters wrong, and then let him go get another contract somewhere else. I'm not saying we got to re-sign him, but let him play it out. Let him play it out. Let him bounce back. You see what I'm saying? And it also helps Jalen Hurts to have a guy that's sure-handed. And a lot of people are already, expecting Dallas Goedert to take a huge step forward. So to have Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz still with this young wide receiver core who's also looking to bounce back, I think you create an overall underdog mentality. And that's what we need right now. That's what we need right now. We got to understand that we are still the underdogs. We can't let the good things that are coming out of camp deter us from, listen, we're constantly disrespected. People don't think we're good enough, and we got to turn that around. Period. That's all Jalen Reagor is talking about, and I respect it. I respect it. Jalen Hurts knows it. I respect it. Devontae Smith is coming here to help these dudes achieve what got to be achieved. I love it. Now, Zach Ertz, I mean, what do you expect to really get from Zach Ertz if this is the general consensus around the league in regards to Zach Ertz? What do you expect to get from him? Because it's weird. There was such a shortage of tight ends that Atlanta took a tight end 4. Everybody believes he's a generational talent. We're going to see how that pan out. Atlanta took a tight end 4. And the other teams that needed a tight end, they could have just traded for Zach Ertz. They could have just traded for Zach Ertz. None of these GMs could possibly believe that the second tight end that got drafted in this past draft is better than Zach Ertz. The only tight end that you could take over Zach Ertz out of this draft class would be Kyle Pitts because of the hype. Because of the hype alone, you would take Kyle Pitts. But anybody else, any other team whose need is still a tight end and did not pick up Zach Ertz or trade for Zach Ertz, it wouldn't have been that expensive. They really don't want him. They really don't want him. There's no way Zach Ertz should still be here. Nobody's going to take on that bill for us. They're not going to take on that bill for us. So I think before we take a 5th round pick for Zach Ertz, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you can go lower than 4. But before we go lower than 4 for Zach Ertz, you keep him and let Zach Ertz prove these guys wrong. I believe Zach Ertz will be able to do that. I believe he'll be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I've been getting a lot of messages, everybody telling me, LB, you said Carson Wentz was this and Carson Wentz was that. Well, listen, this chapter ain't over for Carson Wentz. Let's be logical about this. You now can grade Carson Wentz after he left. Grade him this upcoming season and see how you think he's gonna do. Grade him this upcoming season and see if he's like. See, this is the thing. If Carson Wentz goes out there and rebounds back to the 2017 form, was it really coaching? Was it really coaching? You know what I mean? Carson Wentz ain't the Eagle no more, so I mean, I really don't have anything to say about him. But just being logical about the Carson Wentz saga and everything that happened, now was the perfect time to grade him. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on him to see how he do. We got a 1st round pick at stake. I wish him all the health in the world and success. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, though. We just got to see how those type of things shake out. But when you're talking about Zach Ertz, man, I mean, you can't take nothing less than a 4th at this point. I'm not taking no 5th round pick for Zach Ertz. I'm not taking no 6th round pick for Zach Ertz because we all honestly got to be real about this, man. Zach Ertz is one of the greatest Eagles players ever, period, of all time. Zach Ertz is one of them ones. Zach Ertz still got a lot left in the tank, and what I don't understand is people running with the old narrative when Kelsey is older. When we want a 32-year-old Julio Jones at the same time, I just don't understand it. You know what I mean? Everybody's old on the Eagles as soon as they touch 30, but we want to get a 32-year-old Julio Jones who has his injury issues of his own. Now, Julio Jones has been elite damn near every year he's been in the league. I'm not saying he's slowing down, but he slowed down a little bit the last 2 years. But you would take Julio Jones slowing down and his numbers that come with that over any other numbers. I understand that. But I think Zach Ertz got a lot more in the tank. I think Zach Ertz felt the disrespect. And when guys feel like that, they go out and show off. I think some good fits for Zach Ertz would be the Buffalo Bills. I think another good fit for Zach Ertz would possibly be the Minnesota Vikings. I think Kirk Cousins will be able to get some good fair use out of Zach Ertz. The Bengals. I think Zach Ertz could really make some bones somewhere else. But let him prove it here in Philly. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man.